every day on this show. I'm talking to one Carter from Thunder Bay, and what a treat it is to be joined by another one as we welcome in Carter George. I'll call for today, Huts, I'll call this Carter the pride of Thunder Bay, but appreciate you giving us some time today.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Obviously, World Juniors right around the corner. And, redemption, obviously, maybe the one-word tagline heading into this year for Team Canada. But for you, over the last, we'll call it 11 months, how much time have you spent thinking about the opportunity that you could be getting this Christmas to, avenge last year's World Juniors and get another crack at it?
Yeah, obviously last year we didn't get the result we wanted, and it's definitely been on my mind a lot. I mean, obviously, you got to focus on your season, focus on what we have here in Owen Sound. And when I got the opportunity to go up to the AHL, I got to focus on that. But definitely in off-season training, it was on my mind for sure, that loss. And this year, being able to get another crack at it, having a second opportunity, definitely going to try and make the most of it.
No, Carter, honestly, it was a great run last year. And honestly, it's just been fun watching your development and as you go. But, thinking about those World Juniors, where it was being in Canada and the pressure that came with it. And now it reverses a little bit because we're going to be stateside and you're going to have to battle with that pressure of USA being the defending champs and you're in the States. What do you do to prepare yourself, I guess, mentally for such a fun tournament and there's going to be a lot of returning players with you?
Yeah, I think for me, I work with a mental coach, so that definitely helps out. I'm trying to handle the pressure. And last year, I think I learned lots with dealing with the pressure at that kind of tournament, especially on home soil. There's always a little extra pressure there. But for USA to come win it on our soil, I think it's going to be even sweeter when we go win it there.
I guess where I'd want to go next is again, the pressure of playing in Canada last year. You've gone through that now. And I would imagine last season, it's a bit of a whirlwind, right? You go into camp, you got to earn the job, you take the starters crease, and then it's such a fast tournament, right? You're playing, every day, every second day this time around. And you talked about, working with a mental coach as well. Do you think you'll be maybe a little bit more prepared to, just kind of be in the moment, even if that makes sense?
Yeah, for sure. I think last year you learn kind of how to handle with all the media and how to take care of yourself in such short tournament day to day. And I think I learned lots from last year's experience that I can take into this year. And like you said, we have a lot of returning guys who can share that experience with all the new guys this year. So I think we're going to have a super special group this year.
Yeah, and rightfully so. Just being there alone is honestly amazing just to make the team and be part of it. I don't think I was even on the radar till I was about 25 anywhere. So it's so impressive what you've done so far with such a group. Now, when you're in your OHL season right now and you're competing, you've had a chance to play, at the highest level. You've been around NHL training camps. You got to be in the AHL. Now, day to day, how are you prepping yourself to try to peak at the right time as the World Juniors start to approach? Because before we know it, it's going to be time for puck drop.
Yeah, I think for me, coming back from camp, there's a few things that I wanted to work on to try and get my game to a pro level, and just working on things day to day that is going to evolve my game and get my game just that much better and push the needle a little bit more. And right now, I just want to kind of build my confidence up right now and be peaking at the right time going into Christmas time because that's most important right now.
Did you have a moment in last year's tournament that was maybe a little bit of a pinch me moment where you're like, man, again, we talked about how it was a whirlwind, but a moment where you're like, I can't believe I'm doing this right now?
Yeah, I'd say after the second shutout last year, when the crowd started chanting George, I thought that was pretty cool and felt pretty surreal.
That's amazing. I look back on my career, and as a kid, I remember in 1999, I was in Winnipeg and I went and watched the World Juniors. Roberto Luongo was the goalie for Team Canada. And then in North Dakota, I went and watched the World Juniors. It was my age, actually, 85. So I went on to end up play with these guys and I was just drinking beer in the crowd, enjoying it. And next thing you know, I came to that. So later on, I got to play with Shea Weber and I used to joke around with him that I was a third goalie for the team. I was just in the crowd and I had a few beers. So what it means to Canada is something that I don't think any American understands. I would always have side bets. Is this something now that as you get into pro and you're going to see other players, you're drafted to the LA Kings, you're on a great trajectory, something you can hold over them for a while, making sure you beat them here in the World Juniors?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you hear guys in the NHL who talk about their World Junior experience when they win it and stuff like that. So I definitely think if we get the chance to win it this year and we end up winning it, I think it's something I could hold on to for the rest of my career.
What's your World Junior memories like? I mean, it's great. Again, you're only 19, so we're only a few years from removed from you being a fan on Boxing Day watching the team. But do you have like an early World Junior memory?
I feel like there's so many, but my favorite one was the Bedard OT winner against Slovakia. I was watching that over COVID with all my buddies, and that was probably my favorite one because it's you don't realize that you're like 2 or 3 years out of that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool. And transitioning a little bit now to just your game in general, right? I know World Juniors, but what have you learned, having a chance to be around the LA Kings, where your game needs to improve to make that jump when junior ends to the NHL and to the AHL, and just your growth curve here, what you can do to try to prepare for that?
Yeah, I think you look at a pro game, it's a little bit more structured than junior, a little bit of different play style. So for me, it's making reads, trying to be as patient as cat on my feet because I'm not a 6'4" goalie like most, and just kind of playing shooters honestly. I think that's the biggest thing too for me is being able to be good on straight shots because if you're in the right spot, 90% of the time you're going to come up with a save. So for me, little things like that, and then obviously just fine details, little details, whether it's just little things when you're moving around the crease or post work, little things like that, trying to perfect my craft right now.
I'm sure going to the World Juniors last year and playing as well as you did was like a solid confidence bump. But does it maybe go up another level when you go to the American League and you put together a couple of solid games like you did? Like the numbers I'm looking at, and I know it's only a 2-game sample size, but like they're solid. Did you walk out of that like being like, oh damn, like I really can do this at the next level?
Yeah, it definitely gives you a sense of confidence. And I know going into camp this year, I definitely had a little bit more confidence going up against those kind of players just because I knew from my experience last year that I felt like I could play with these guys. And same thing with World Juniors going into this year. I have a little bit more confidence going into this tournament just because of how I felt last year.
Well, Carter, obviously it's great to get to chat with you, and what you've done has been amazing. And obviously Thunder Bay is proud of you in that sense. I know Brady Fox, a good friend of yours, a guy that I see a lot of, he's always spoke so highly of you, and you were on another level from a young age, following your own rebounds when you're 8, 9 years old, you had all the right habits. So we're happy to see how it's going, and we wish you nothing but the best.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. Thanks, Carter. Hey, hockey fans, if you enjoyed that video, then make sure you hit the subscribe button right here on the Daily Faceoff YouTube. We have you covered for everything you need. Exclusive interviews on The Sheet with Jeff Merrick, all the latest hockey news on Daily Faceoff Live, and you can always get your morning started with Johnny Lazarus and Colby Cohn on Morning Cup of Hockey. Don't miss a minute. Hit that subscribe button.